Hey there, gang. So it's time to draw the winner of the two pedals that I'm giving away for April 2024. I don't think I'll be able to give away a pedal before I leave because I might be leaving as soon as May 15th. But if I can, I will. And if I don't, I will give one away as soon as I land in England and unpack. But before I do the giveaway, please indulge me for 1 second because I have something to say and I'll try to be brief. So I don't really care about numbers. Like I've said before, I don't make that much off of YouTube. I think I make like $32 a month or something because I don't have enough watch hours. I have enough watch hours to be monetized, but not enough to, it's just I don't know. I think it's all a sham, but I'm glad you're here and I'm happy to share with you all from my pretty much vast experience at this point because I've been doing this a long time. And I'm glad that some of you enjoy it. But one thing that troubled me, and like I said, I don't care about numbers, but I put up a video about that record that I did with Henry Kaiser. And I've been putting up little promos for different songs as well as announcing the record. And you all know, I'm basically sharing freely the information I've gathered over a 32-year professional career. I don't have Patreon. I don't have Buy Me a Cup of Coffee. And even when I share presets for free. I don't charge for those for different devices. But even when I do promote my own music, I don't do it hard and I don't beg people. And I don't know. It feels sleazy to me to even do that. I feel like I got to take a shower afterwards. So when I do it, I try to do it in a playful and fun way to just share the music. It's up to you whether or not you listen to it or whether or not you purchase it. I don't care. This latest stuff isn't even on streaming. So unless you're streaming it on Bandcamp, you can't hear it. But that's all fine. That's all fine. I've had a great career. I don't care. Now I'm doing everything for the love. So I put up a video about the song Sweet William, the famous flower of serving men. Now, that song is 500 years old. Why is this important? Well, the child ballads are important. There are 305 child ballads that were collected in the 1850s by Francis Child, who was a researcher at Harvard University. Those 305 songs have seeped into modern fabric over and over again. The Carter family's songs were just, let's be honest, were rip-offs of a lot of the child ballads. Jimmie Rodgers, country music was based on it. Bob Dylan and Paul Simon were heavily influenced by the child ballads, as were many, many, many other folk rock heroes of ours. And Bob Dylan still writes in a form, a stropic form, which means a repeating verse that doesn't really change. Still writes in that format at 81 or 82 years old, whatever he is. So they're very, very important, and they even seep into modern popular music and culture 500 years later. So why is this important? Well, I put up that little clip about Sweet William, and I titled it, rather cheekily, I admit. And I thought that some people, would be like, hey, but I'm a live and let live kind of guy, so I called it the first transgender song because it is. It's 500 years old. Now, somebody immediately disliked it. Now, most of you liked it, but somebody immediately, when I put it up there, disliked it. I know they didn't listen to the clip, the little 2-minute clip I put up, because I can tell from the watches at that point. I also know they sure as heck didn't stream the song because even though Sweet William, the famous flower of serving men, is probably the most beautiful melodies of all the child ballads, and I've studied them all. It's also the longest song because there's so many verses. It's like 20 minutes. And that's if you're being economical. And I could tell from the plays on Bandcamp that nobody had listened to it that day, okay? So someone had an issue with the word transgender. Now, I'm not an expert on transgender. I have one transgender friend. That person was a solid person before they changed their gender, and they're still a quality, solid person afterwards. They haven't changed their character, never changed. So I'm not an expert on it, but and I'm not upset for them. What I'm upset about is that someone would have such a visceral reaction to the word that they would instantly dislike. Now, I have this conversation with my wife plenty of times because she's pretty progressive leaning person, but I have many conservative views and I have many progressive views as well. I don't consider myself to be that much in the middle. I believe what I believe. But one of the things I believe is live and let live, right? You don't tell me how to live and I won't tell you how to live. And I think that to be upset about a word because of what other people make of it and to try and to have a problem with what somebody else wants to do with their life, I find that incredulous. I really do. So if I had written the song, I would have less of a problem with that person disliking my post, knee-jerkingly disliking my post. I guess I have a bigger problem because it's 500 years old. And it's one of the fabrics of our popular music that we all seem to care about. So, listen, a little kindness in the world is not a bad thing. A little more kindness is a really, really good thing. Hate does nothing but destroy your inner soul and everyone that's around you. Like I said, live and let live. I don't tell you what to do. You don't tell me what to do. But sharing a little more kindness in the world will make the world a better place. If the devil exists on this earth, it's as hate because it just eats you up and burns you up and everybody around you. So, okay, that's it. I'm off my soapbox. I apologize, but I just had to say that because I don't know why it bothered me so much, but it really got my goat that somebody had a problem, A, with that word, and especially used in conjunction with a song that's existed for 500 years. And the funniest part is, if you paid attention to the lyrics of Sweet William, the famous flower of serving men, there's some humor in it. And there's a cheeky side of it as well, because it's about someone who gets wronged, a woman who gets wronged and dresses up as a man to live the rest of her life to avoid being killed by her evil stepmother, who kills her husband and steals her dowry. And she ends up working, he ends up working for the king, and the king falls in love with the boy squire, who's really a woman. Anyway, it's insane. And then they both, when the king falls in love with him, who then is happy to find out she's a her, they take revenge against the evil stepmother. It's amazing. It's a movie. So we can learn from these lyrics rather than have some sort of like knee-jerk, like negative reaction to them. Like, not everything's what it seems. Okay, more kindness. Be kind to each other. Let's make this drawing happen now, all right? All right, thank you. I'm off my soapbox. So let me just say one more thing about the drawing. So people, remember that one of these devices, I'm not sure will work in Europe. We talked about that in the intro video a couple of weeks ago for the giveaway. So a few people were smart enough to send me, if they were in Europe, they were like, hey, I'm in Europe. I just want the Dodd phaser because we don't know if the acoustic preamp will work there. That's awesome. That's very helpful. But I don't know if everybody else, it just seems to me that there might be some other people that I recognize from previous giveaways that might be in Europe. So what I'm going to do is, the people who said, just put me in for the Dodd phaser, I've got them in a list. And after we do the acoustic drawing, I will then add their names to the phaser drawing so that it's all fair and square, sort of. It's confusing, I know. But if you're in Europe and you win the acoustic preamp, never fear, I will send you another pedal instead. Okay? Is that fair? I think that's the best we can do here, right? Okay, so let's do the drawing for the acoustic preamp first, and then I'll add the names to it and we'll do the DOD. And again, if you win the acoustic preamp in Europe, let me know and we'll work it out. Okay, you've all got my email address because that's how we got here. Let's pick a winner. All right, pick one. Yellow Cat. Yellow Cat wins the acoustic preamp. So now I'm going to take Yellow Cat's name out of the list and add the other names for the DOD phaser to that list. All right, hold on. Yellow Cat, take that out. And then add these names to the DOD copy. Add these names to this. All right, so here we go. This is for the DOD phaser. Cedric Cousson. Cedric Cousson, you have won the DOD phaser that Peter Langen so generously donated a couple of months ago, okay? So Yellow Cat, you've got the acoustic preamp. I think Yellow Cat is in Europe, though. But anyway, if you're, like I said, if you're in Europe, I got another pedal for you. Don't worry, I got a pile of pedals. And Cedric Cousson, if you're in Europe, then we're good. I'll send you the DOD phaser. All right. Thanks, everybody, for participating. Thank you for being here. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for listening to my crazy nonsense and my tales of the music business. I hope they're helpful. If there's anything you want me to cover, anything you want me to talk about, please let me know. And I'll try to get another giveaway happening very, very soon. If Yellow Cat is in Europe, by the way, I will give away the acoustic preamp like really soon, so I can give it away just for the US in like a week so that I can give it away before I leave. But if not, then we're good. All right. Thank you for watching. Take care, everybody. Be kind.